Servants of the Imperium, behold, a new episode of Rogue Trader. I am your Inquisitor Cordumt, and we will continue our adventure where we left it off. So, we are in the Navis Nobilite? Something like that? In Udar 5, we just met Cassia, the Lady Navigator, the child, as well as Mr. Theobald or Celio. Apparently there's been kind of a struggle between two different ways of thinking here, between two navigators, or Theobald and Felek. We are siding with Theobald and Cassia. So our next objective is to go down and, I believe, have a battle with Felek and his bodyguards. So, a lot of dialogue in the last episode. This one will start with a fight. Let me just inspect these here. While no one appears to be living in the cage, somebody still filled the throw with dried fruit. Jesus, good start. With dried fruit and fresh water. It is as if the painting was rendered by several different hands. The timid, uncertain lines are interlaced with rough and furious strokes coming together in arcane shapes. So basically some kind of painting here. And follow my lead. I believe that's all we have. Oh, no, there's more. The Lady Navigator's private library is brimming with essays, novels, and personal accounts from the trailblazers and explorers of the Imperium.
Victory awaits.
Oh, goods. Nice. Ah, just cargo. The luxurious feast was left untouched. Okay, so that's all we have. These are apparently the lady's chambers. She sleeps here? With all of these people around? Her study? Okay. I approve. Ah, we're gonna get some backup. It is about time we repay those who betrayed our house. Come. Rogue Trader, you treasonous worm. I knew I should have killed you. Yeah, we made the right choice. That is enough, boy. You betrayed the child, our house, and Tisiphone herself. Surrender. Boy. I am the savior of our house, and I am prepared to pay the ultimate price. Kill them. He's evil. No!
Take a knee and bow before me.
Yeah, bow before me, bitch. By the way, something that I've noticed, and I forgot to mention all this time, doesn't she kind of look like a meaty? To me, she kind of looks like a meaty. I'm not sure if it's the scar. I think it's the way her face looks. But she does remind me of a meaty a lot. Okay, so what are we doing? We are positioning our characters. So, we got some extra wounds, some temporary wounds. Okay, so except Abelard. So this is working properly this time. We have enemies on the left, we have Felek in front of us, and we have enemies on the right. The right side has 4 bodyguards, the left side has 3 bodyguards. And this guy has a buff on him. Ebb and flow. Every even, second, fourth, etc. turn, the Navigator gains an additional action point. Every odd turn, so first, third, etc., the Navigator gains a plus 20 to perception. Okay, and this guy basically has a revolver and then some abilities. Increases his luck, which is basically hit chance and crit chance, more damage, and a penalty to enemies' hit chance against him. That's strong. Lidless Stare. All creatures in the cone in front of the Navigator suffer 9 to 12 damage. That's powerful. Defeat targets must also pass a 30 bonus willpower resistant test or become stunned for 1 turn. That's extremely powerful. And Warp Curse Unleashed. The enemy becomes cursed until the end of combat. All incoming warp damage is increased by 18% and other types of incoming damage are increased by 9%. That's quite good, man. That is quite good. So, positions. We have more people on this side. One with the shotgun at least. So I think I will probably want Argenta over here. See if she can nuke down. Actually, here. That will she will have a line of sight for them quite well. Idira, I guess she can stay here. I'm gonna place Abelard in the front. I don't love that she's so close to Felek, but Abelard will also act before Felek, so he can actually do some stuff here. She should be relatively safe, or, well, not safe, but he will probably take his attention up to Abelard. And then our rogue trader, my character, is gonna stay right here. So everybody is under heavy cover, except from people of the opposite sides. Yeah, because I imagine like Abelard is vulnerable to people shooting from over here, and you know, vice versa. Let's get started. So we can start by nuking this guy in the face, but I usually like to leave the highest HP enemies for last. Although I did forget to account for something, which is people in front of the line of fire. Do I want to just... I can kind of expose her, like going over here, shooting, and then moving back to where I was with run and gun. That could actually work out quite well. This gives me 4 movement points. So, if I'm here, 1, 2, 3. Okay. If I'm doing this right, this should be enough. It's a shame that I cannot shoot more of them. What if I did like 1, 2, 3... I can shoot 3 people like this. Okay. Do it.
Faith without deeds is worthless.
Come on. How do you miss? Ugh. Okay. Run and gun. Get our movement points back. Come over here. And I suppose we can try shooting this guy. Although the chances to hit are quite low. I'll still go for it. Okay, it wasn't terrible. We can use our Furious Recital.
As the Emperor commands, I act.
Gain some momentum. Pass the turn. And now we move on to Abelard. So for Abelard, what I'm gonna do is... I think I'm actually going to buff all of these people. Let me just think if I'm doing this right. I think I'm doing it right. So do this. I'm gonna go for a Brace for Impact.
I will do my duty.
So we all get some more deflection. And now I can move over here and charge the guy. And I would stay on this side. So if he wants to use his lidless stare, he will either have to aim left or right, I think. Okay, so let's charge him.
A tactically sound approach.
Okay, that's bound to happen. Okay, 12 damage. Endure.
It will be done.
Perfect. Pass the turn. Theobald. Visions of Triumph and Soul Gaze on the opponent. Nice. Attack of opportunity. You utter bitch. You actually hit 3 people with that. Well done, you. Okay, so I could start focusing him, especially because Idira has some spells that don't miss. But I can spread a lot of damage here. I'm normally not very much in favor of spreading damage. I prefer to kill enemies outright. But in this case, I think it's kind of too juicy to pass up, honestly. So I am going to give forewarning to Argenta, because she's been shot already. And I don't want her to take any more damage. I'm going to analyze... Well, actually, do I have line of sight? I don't have line of sight, really. You're gonna make me move. I'm not a fan. But I suppose it's doable.
There is movement in the Imperium.
So you come over here. Analyze enemies on the one with the most HP, like this guy right here. And then the remainder 2 points go for a lightning arc that strikes all 3 of them.
Was it you? Or
Not a lot of damage, but since it's AoE, it's quite nice to have. Now, as for my turn... Well, first of all, I think the person who's gonna deal the most damage in this fight is either going to be Abelard or Argenta. But given that he's right in front of Argenta, I'm gonna try and make use of this, so... Become my servant. Voice of command.
Nothing I can't do.
And this should trigger the you do something ability, but it doesn't seem to be working. And now I'm going to try and shoot this guy. That will also increase the damage, or sorry, it will give Argenta a plus 15% critical hit against that target. So let's try and shoot him before we do anything else. With our sniper rifle. Nice. And now we use Bring It Down.
Nothing I can't do.
Yeah. No extra action point. Let's burst the guy.
I'll do it.
Everything was a strong deviation. Lovely. Reload.
Doubt is for the weak.
Pass. Pass. Cassia, what do you do? She also has Little Stare. Wait, it's me again? Oh, she used Bring It... She's a leader. She used Bring It Down with me. I'm acting excited. I already knew she was a leader because I played with her in the early access, but it's good to have a leader in the party besides myself. I think what I'm gonna do is like... This can over-penetrate for the person behind, which would be cool. I could just outright try and kill him, but Abelard acts before, so Abelard can kill him pretty much guaranteed. Yeah, I think I'm simply going to go for those over there. I can put Voice of Command on someone like Idira.
Not a problem for me.
And now use my single shot to try and over-penetrate if possible.
Nothing I can't do.
We missed one, but we killed the other. That's fine with me.
For the glory of the Imperium.
Okay. Man, I wish my Argenta shot like that. Recovery. Yeah, these guys are also accurate.
I'll live another
Yeah,
day.
but so are the opponents, right? You suck. You suck as well.
Know your place.
Ow.
Duty prevails!
Prevails! Oh god. Okay.
Fortune has found me.
Did he just... Okay. He just killed Idira. Well, not killed, knocked her unconscious. Man, I want to see these rolls because these guys are insane. Wait, where are the... Ah, Idira... 4 shots, 3 hits, 1 miss. Yeah, man, look at their chances to hit. It goes up to 90. And then 80, 80, and 80. That's madness, man. Yeah, he just shot Idira 4 times through cover, and killed her. It's kind of amazing, I will say. Okay, so 2 people over there. That guy's kind of low. I would like to do this, but this guy's in the way. And I don't want to leave my full cover area. Can I shoot that guy? I can. Chances to hit, very low. I don't know why, because I should have a clear line of sight. He's not behind cover. Well, let's see.
I'll do it.
Yep. So, I hit cover instead of the bodyguard. What cover is he behind? There is no cover. This is cover, but it's for that side. Not here. The hell? Okay. Well, I don't appreciate what just happened because it seems like the horse poop, in my opinion, is what it looks like to me. Okay, so I am going to go over here. Yes, and then I'm gonna charge this guy.
My place is at the fall.
Did not die, unfortunately. Dead. Endure. Pass the turn. Oh, this guy hit him. My turn. My turn. Yeah, like, I have a lot better chance to hit him than Argenta did. And he is actually behind cover for me. So I don't really understand how this works. In any case, I'm going to shoot this guy because I have like a clear line of sight. Unfortunate, but alright. That guy or this lady, who do I want to target? I guess I'll put a voice of command on nobody because they're all on cooldown. I'm gonna bring it down on Argenta.
All too easy.
She is my servant after all, so she gets some slight buffs at least. It's just not meant to be. And we pass the turn. Cassia, what you doing? Okay, okay. Argenta, now, do I want to do something else this time? I have better chances over there, so I might as well, right? Oh, she gave me bring it down. Okay, cool.
None can
Good.
escape the Emperor's judgment.
Finally hit something. Man, 1 HP. Good. Is this guy... Okay, he's glitching. This guy is stunned because of the little stair. That one is not. Okay. The shotguns seem to be powerful, I will say that much. This man who is stunned, nobody can hit him. Okay, I dodge shotgun blast, okay. Argenta, are you gonna redeem yourself, woman? So if you come over here, you have to have a clear line of sight for this enemy. I mean, please.
Guided by
Okay,
faith.
please. And okay, let me see. Strong deviation, and 2 central line shots.
Faith
Run and
without
gun.
deeds is worthless.
Yeah, the chances to hit are really small. Yep. Well, it is what it is. Charge.
It will be done.
Ah, come on.
Reduced to dust.
Dead you are.
I will do
Endure.
what you-
Skip. Theobald, kill him. No, Visions of Triumph. Okay, my turn. Go behind
I
cover
shall not fear.
and shoot the guy in the face.
Nothing I can't do.
Thank you. Oh, there's one more. There's one more. There is one more. Can I tell a friend to... I can, but these guys are kind of sucky. This guy is not bad, actually. Okay, so you are closest, so make yourself useful. Yeah, okay. Good choice.
No, this is your burden, child.
Okay.
Survive. Return to the fold of your house as your destiny demands.
Theobald coughs up bluish blood. The armor plate on his chest is perforated with a few places, and there is a tangle of metal and viscera where his abdomen ought to be. When the Navigator's pale eyes find Cassia, he quietly rasps. Now, this is your burden, child. Oh, okay. He said this, sorry.
No! Don't leave me alone in this violet-brown haze! Wake up! Your mistress is giving you an order! Do you hear me?
Cassia looks at the Navigator's body in bewilderment, and you are overwhelmed with an inexplicable sense of loneliness and grief.
He was a fine seer of the war. He fought for his mistress until the end.
Abelard salutes the fallen man.
Yeah, no. Enough's enough. I've had my fill of waterworks, thank you.
Idira brusquely wipes away her tears with pointed determination. I regret that we had to meet under such circumstances.
What need have I for your regrets? I just want things to go back to the way they were before.
Cassia looks sorrowfully at the destruction around her.
What are you going to do to me?
Lady Cassia, I, Cordam von Valentius, rogue trader of the Imperium of Men, offer you my protection and grant you shelter aboard my vessel.
I beg your pardon, but what about my servants? Yurak 5 is still full of people loyal to House Orselio.
All who can be saved will be given succor on board my ship. The Lady Navigator ponders your words for a short while.
As a Lady Navigator of House Orselio, I accept your gracious offer of protection. Please, take me to your vessel. I can no longer bear the pain of this place.
Yay! And like that, we gained a new companion. So not only will she serve as a navigator for our void ship, she is also one of our companions now, which is quite cool. Let's do it like this, perhaps? It depends on if they stack on top of one another. No, it's fine, it's fine.
None shall stand in
So,
my way.
loots. And after the loots, we're gonna look at her character. It's fine. Theobald is dead. Oh, they dropped some cool stuff. Give me all that things. All their
It's
things.
about time.
Okay, and I think this is everything. Yes. So, we picked up, and this is ordered from newest to latest, we picked up a Ritobi pattern, I don't know what that means, las gun. So it deals 68, rate of fire is 4, 40 max ammo, and 30 dodge reduction. That's quite nice actually, but no armor penetration. So if I compare it with what she has, this is just worse. Well, it does have some armor penetration, but less damage overall. They're very similar actually. But still, take this one, looks cooler. And you as well can take this one. Now, what else did we pick up? We picked up tactical goggles. A plus 5% chance to hit and a 3% chance to critically hit. This is going straight for Argenta. Anything that can improve her chances to hit are very, very welcomed. So there you go, you look very sexy. And Thrice Pioneer's Bracers. Every time the wearer deals damage, the target's weapon skill and ballistic skill is reduced by -5 for 2 rounds and stacks up 3 times. She shoots a lot, even though she's been missing a lot as well, but I think it can make sense for her to have this. And then we also have Armored Body Glove. This is essentially a light armor, but it's worse than what she has. What about you? You have that. You have that. Okay, everybody has that, with the exception of Argenta and Abelard. Now, what else do we have? We have Staff of House Orselio. This is equipped by Cassia. It has Castigating 5. Enemies targeted by the Navigator powers gain a -5 penalty to all their characteristics until the end of the Navigator's next turn. This penalty stacks and is renewed every time the same enemy becomes a target of the Navigator powers. Okay. That can be quite powerful. And +5 to willpower and +5 to perception. Then we have the Staff of Orselio Guardian, which does infusing 5. Allies targeted by the Navigator powers gain a +5 bonus to all their characteristics until the end of the turn. And it stacks and is prolonged and the same bonuses. And then another one that is also castigating. Okay, so we have basically a supportive version and an offensive version. And then she has an auto pistol. Okay, so I suppose I can swap her auto pistol for something like a las gun. And for now she can keep the castigating. Anything else I might want to take into consideration? Deadshot stub revolver. I think this is better than what I have. Yeah, it's much better than what I have. But it requires 35 strength. Oh, additional hit chance, 15%. That's actually very good. And this guy can use it. Rate of fire 1. So it only shoots a single bullet. Still, I'll try it out. As for the shotguns, she has one, you don't. Okay. Now, with that done, let's look at who Cassia is. So Cassia comes to us at level 4, but apparently we're gonna go up to level 6 now because everybody's gonna level up. Her characteristics are quite weak on the physical side, but they get a good bonus to perception and to willpower, and some to fellowship. Lore Warp and awareness are her highest strengths. She is dogmatic. She is an officer, just like our main character, but her origin is different. So can I see her origin here? It doesn't actually say. Officer. Origin talents unknown. Data deleted. But she is a navigator, which also doesn't have any more information. But essentially, she's gonna have some warp powers associated with the fact that she has this third eye that has warp powers. And I love the symbols. Like one eye, second eye, and then the third eye on top lighting up. This is the one that we saw being used. It hits like a triangle. I believe this is false. Unlimited range. I don't think this is how it works. All creatures in the cone in front of the Navigator suffer from 11 to 14 damage. This is 1 plus the Navigator's willpower bonus. That is also a lie. Because the willpower bonus is 5. 1 plus 5 is not 11. The game is saying that she has plus 10 to willpower bonus. I don't get it. Maybe it's me that I'm dumb reading the tooltips, or something is wrong. But okay. So she has voice of command and bring it down just like our officer. And she has the same heroic acts. As for talents, she comes with Inspire Courage, which is actually quite cool. Whenever the officer targets an ally with an ability for the first time in a round, that ally gains plus 5 temporary wounds. It helps us stay alive. And this plus 5 is, I'm guessing, the willpower bonus. Nothing makes sense. And unknown talent. Yeah, no, okay, we saw this. Okay. So, I'm going to try and leave the level ups for a little bit later. Because right now I think we're gonna go to the Void Ship Bridge. And we are likely to have some more dialogue. And get to know Cassia a little bit. After that, I'll think about the level ups and the features and abilities and whatnot. But my idea for Cassia is to mostly focus on her navigator skills, not necessarily her officer skills. I'll come back to that point in a minute. Lord Captain, Lady Navigator, welcome aboard. Okay. The Sanctum Navis has been prepared for the communion ritual, but if the Lady Navigator wishes to rest in her quarters first... Your heart starts beating furiously, your breaths come short and choppy, and your fingertips tingle unpleasantly. You notice that Vigdis is shivering slightly, and the crew are glancing around in puzzlement, searching for the source of this sudden wave of unease. I'm guessing it's the influence of Cassia. Without even looking at the Vox Master, Cassia waves it away. First, I wish to speak with the rogue trader. Leave us. Of course. When you are ready for the ritual, please let me know. And off she goes. Unnecessarily long cutscene. Cassia sweeps her pensive gaze over Vigdis, then, lowering her lashes slightly, turns to you. She looks very cool, by the way. I think she's a very interesting character. What did you wish to speak about? After a few seconds hesitation, Cassia lets out a small exhale, and then raises her pointed chin. I have not yet thanked you for saving me on the station. My thoughts were clouded with so much mournful ash when Theobald's heart stopped, but you acted honorably and did not exploit me in my wretched position, and for that I am immeasurably grateful. I am also deeply grateful that you saved my servants, especially my valet. Uwe served on the station for me for more than 5 years, much longer than any who preceded him. He knows how to properly attend to me during journeys through the Immaterium, and what to serve me for breakfast. His presence envelops me in a cloak of amber. But now, Cassia throws back her shoulders, I am ready to go to the Sanctum Navis and perform the sacred rite. I require brushes, canvas, and the best paints you have on board, but no red. So something to note that I could give some feedback here, I suppose, is that we did this, right? So we were helpful. We saved her. We saved her servants, but we get no points for Iconoclast. To me, this should be counted as good actions and count for Iconoclast score. But alas. Why are you asking for these items? Now is not the time to indulge in painting. This is mostly because I want to know what this painting does. You are asking questions, the answers to which you cannot comprehend. Perhaps I may explain it all to you at a later time. But now our time is too precious to waste. As a navigator of House Orcelio, I give you my word that without canvas and paint, we have little hope of a smooth journey through the warp. I have no reason to lie. Okay, well, tell me more about what ritual entails. I doubt the uninitiated could understand the mysteries of navigation, but I shall try to explain the essence of it. I must merge my mind and will with the machine spirit of the ship, so that I become one with the vessel. Cassia lifts a lock of hair from the back of her neck, revealing gilded implant ports, basically augmentations, a mechanical electronic cybernetic substitute for biological limbs or organs. After all, I used the House Orcelio ritual, which I am loath to reveal to you, to free my mind of all errant thoughts. And then it is time to open my third eye and peer into the depths of the warp itself. Among the nightmarish visions, mirages, and creatures of the abyss, only the light of the Emperor is a truth that will lead me from star to star, from system to system. Oh, the light, the guiding thread, so fine it can slip from one's grasp at any moment. Cassia unfurls her hand as though dropping something. But you have nothing to worry about. The navigators of House Orcelio never lose their course. Okay, and why do you refuse red paint? Cassia gestures toward the servant standing beside her. Uwe will give of his blood before the ritual, as always. That's not cool. I shall ensure that all the necessary supplies are delivered to the Sanctum Navis. Cassia nods in thanks. I shall take my leave of you for the duration of the rite. I ask that you not follow me. Few can survive the gaze of my warp eye when it is opened. Okay. Is this the Vox Master? It is. It looks like a man. I think this thing makes it look like it's a beard. Lord Captain, I will oversee the open channel between the Lady Navigator and the bridge, and may the Emperor's light help us all. Are we gonna have a a warp travel cutscene. That would be cool. Oh, maybe not. The Voxcaster in the Sanctum Navis picks up the susurration of clothes, pious chanting, and the metallic clinking of implants. Then the serene voice of the Lady Navigator breaks the silence, initiating communion ritual. Come here, Uwe. Oh, you poor man. The exultant ring of metal freed from his scabbard, the low sob of the servant, the rhythmic drip of liquid on canvas, the faint whisper of the brush. Go. Footsteps hurrying away. I see violet vortexes lashing an ocean with a million flails, an umber shadow spinning over the surface in a fiery dance, a storm rising above foaming waters, armadas drowning in fog. The path from one end to another cannot be seen. And here, beyond the wall of glass, a daughter forsaken by her father yearns for her brother, and the sun's pale disk goes in tireless pursuit of her? No, of me. Its frozen rays lie that spring is here. The light is deadened. The great ruler is gone. The Voxmaster recoils at Cassia's words and accidentally snaps one of the cogitator levers. The panel beneath her fingers emits sparks and the Voxcaster falls silent. She quickly flips a series of switches and bows guiltily. My abject apologies for cutting off the broadcast, Lord Captain. I have never heard the warp speaking through a navigator before. The connection is restored now. It will not happen again. Man. Cassia, are you alright in there? Soul-shredding screams drown out the Vox transmission. The servants in the Sanctum Navis are howling and shrieking like wild beasts, moaning in pain, their throats raw from the strain. And then, sudden silence. The dull thud of dropping bodies proclaims their fate. Did she kill them? It appears the servants were part of the Lady Navigator's rite, as it was for her predecessor. I will arrange for the bodies to be removed from the Sanctum Navis after the ritual, or what is left of them. Okay, that's less good. I still like her, but damn. Rogue Trader, I fear I have unfortunate news. Endless blackness has spread across the canvas, dividing what should be whole in two, and my sight cannot glimpse the light of the Emperor as clearly as before. I cannot turn around. My brush only draws me onward. The way is blocked. You hear a heavy exhale, rustling fabric and metallic clinking. By the Emperor's grace, the ritual was successful. Your vessel's temperament presented a challenge. Its cold steel grip did not allow me to breathe freely even for a second. It was as if the depths of the ship housed not only machine spirits, but something other. Now I will retreat to my chambers to recover my strength. Send for me if you have need of me. Lord Captain, congratulations on acquiring a Navigator. Spare me a few moments of your time, please. There are several matters that require your attention. First of all, I want to report on the condition of the station Urek 5. Why is this here, by the way? I don't know what this does. Okay. Had you opted to begin your visit to the Reichhead system with a different destination, the station could have become critically unstable. It's a good thing we came here as we did, when we did. Fortunately, the decision to immediately visit the representatives of Navis Nobilite brought us precious... Man, sorry, I have to pause. Certain words here cause me a lot of strain to reading this. I'll be right back. Okay, and I'm back. Cordon Pina was also calling me on the phone. But yeah, I think that the words are kind of rough on me. Or maybe I have to try and read a little bit slower, I don't know. I'm gonna try this again. Had you opted to begin your visit to the Reichhead system with a different destination, the station could have become critically unstable. Fortunately, the decision to immediately visit... the representatives of Navis Nobilite bought us precious time. We can either send our forces to disassemble the station and procure technological components for our own vessel, or attempt to save as many valuables as we can. And I will go for... Yeah, given that they lost the... Well, not lost, but... Since we have Cassia with us, and Theobald died, and Felek died... I think I'll use whatever components may be of use to the ship, and as it can be useful for everyone, and leave the rest. So yeah, Gather any components that may be of use on the ship. As you command, Lord Captain. With your permission, I would also like to remind you that we are still looking for an Engineer Prime. Both the vessel and its machine spirits are in desperate need of oversight by an experienced tech priest. We are also missing some crew, and, much more importantly, we have not yet located Heinrich von Kallox, the right hand of the Lord Inquisitor. Now we know for sure he was not at Urak 5, so keep this in mind when making any future plans. Why is it always business with you, Victis? Couldn't you sometimes just visit and tell me how wonderful everything is? Certainly, Lord Captain. If you are interested, this week passed with a record low rate of minor disturbances on the lower decks. A senior technomat from Shift 8 came up with a new formula for a lubricant used in kitchen servitor implant maintenance. The quartermaster of store compartment 11 reported recently that we are spending ceremonial decorations at least 20% slower than expected, which means we have enough tablecloths, carpets and lamps to last us 15 years of grand receptions instead of 10. Even considering that some of the stock was burned during the cultist attack on the vessel. Thank you, Victis. This will be all for now. As it pleases you, Lord Captain. Whew! Okay, so this quest is done. Let me just look at it. This one, yeah. So, basically, we killed Felek instead of bringing the monster to Felek. We left the station and the quest completed. So now our main quest is looking for trouble, which is to visit Raikadi Philia, the prison planetoid. New blood for more crew, and Machine Spirit Keeper for a new Engineer. So I think we are over here. I'm gonna go over there. Actually, does this have anything? Or did I come from here? I don't remember. Let me quick save. No, we haven't been here. Oh, okay. Okay, well, we know a new planet, but we gained some experience, but nothing really happened. No resources, okay. So next destination is going to be this one here. Oh, Lord Captain, there is some commotion on the officer's deck. The Lady Navigator has left her quarters and is currently in the wardroom. The wardroom? Where uninitiated crew members are shunning her in terror. What do you mean? Perhaps you should find out what has brought Cassia to the deck. Is part of my crew tormenting Cassia? Doesn't look like it. Oh, she bowed.
Lord Captain, my apologies. I did not notice your entrance.
The Lady Navigator is engrossed in perusing the dusty tomes, which appear to have been neglected by the other officers, be it because of sloth or dullness of mind. When you walk closer, Cassia looks up at you, starts, and hides a weathered book behind her back. Let's point at the book in Cassia's hand. I see you are fond of reading.
Oh, this. I found this fascinating read on one of the shelves, and I must say, it has caught my eye. Its every chapter is written in verse. I find it so beautiful and enrapturing.
Enrapturing? That's quite the word.
Urak 5 had a vast archive of its own, of course. Although most of the works within had to do with scholarly disciplines of some sort or another. Only in my sparse moments of respite was I allowed to escape into the pages of more embellished works.
Sorry, I was kind of stuck on respite. I usually read this as respite. Okay, respite. Cassia gently brushes the dust off the cover with her thin, clawed hand, her eyes filled with longing after reminiscing about her lost home. The event that took place on Urak 5 must have shaken you greatly. Are you well?
One should not underestimate the navigators of House Orselio, Lord Captain. Like a shawl of pale smoke, a faint malaise hangs upon my shoulders, but it will not be the slightest hindrance to my duty to humanity, and my duty to you.
Cassia's response is reserved and pointedly decorous, clearly intended to create a distance between you. Aww, but I like her. Your only attendant is your valet from Urag 5. Do my servants not measure up to your standards?
No. It is not that at all, Lord Captain. It is just that Uwe is quite capable of carrying out his duties by himself. He is well accustomed to my whims and preferences.
Her whims, as Stewie would say. Oh, perception test succeeded. Now, again... God. Well, never mind what I said before on the previous episode. I don't know. I don't understand this. Why is it 105? Why? I just don't get it. Cassia cringes ever so slightly, adjusts the adornment on her forehead, then awkwardly hides her clawed fingers in the folds of her clothes. The unnatural appearance of navigators often becomes a topic of gossip among lowly servants and officers alike. It is unsurprising then that Cassia prefers the company of one who is used to how she looks. I hope that you had had ample time to calm yourself and your powers.
There are people on this ship who are far more impulsive and dangerous to others, and far less devoted to the God Emperor than a herald of the Navis Nobilite. But I did not need your words to see the shades of umber unease that whirl around your subjects whenever I am near. Were I not acquainted with such a reaction, I could have found their behavior and your question just now insulting.
Chill, lady.
Lord Captain, would you kindly explain to me why you are pestering me with these questions? Inquiring about my mood and my needs, showing an interest in the books I am enjoying? You are behaving as if you possessed a shred of fellow feeling for one such as I.
Aw, is she just on the defensive because she's afraid of getting hurt?
I beg your pardon, Lord Captain. That was no way for a navigator to conduct herself.
Her personality is kind of a little too vulnerable for my liking, but okay, let's play with it. Frightened by her own words, Cassia covers her mouth, pales, blushes, then pales again, oh my god, and hides her face behind the cascade of her snow-white hair. A bit much, but okay. Okay, I like her, so let's go for it. I am beginning to think, Lady Cassia, that the feelings I have for you are far more complicated than common sympathy.
Lord Captain? So many colorful sparks are flaring to life and dimming all around you. It is a veritable ocean of emotions. There are so many of them that I can barely see the pure white sincerity of your words.
This is so over the top, man.
Please forgive me. I cannot even understand myself right now. Your words and attention have reminded me of life on the station, of Theobald and Felek. I do not understand. They were merely the keepers of Urag 5. So why do memories of those two make me feel a strange heaviness here?
She places a hand on her breastplate.
At the same time, I find myself overwhelmed with new excitement and anticipation. At last, I have set foot outside my familiar walls and into a world that I have only seen before in the pages of books. Your ship alone is a treasure trove of remarkable artifacts and curiosities. And just imagine the things that await beyond, but... My delight must seem childish to you, surely. In your heart, you must be finding all this quite amusing.
So yeah, I guess that there is one saving grace to her personality and the way that she speaks, and I'm guessing it might be related to how they called her the child in Urag 5. Maybe she was treated kind of like a child and she has a mentality of a child. I'm unsure. This puts my choices about maybe romancing her a little bit in a weird place. Let's just pretend that she's a grown-up, okay? Hey, too much. Man, there are some mean answers. It's so great. I would not dare to make fun of a lady's feelings, especially not one who has captivated me since I first set eyes on her.
Words like that, Lord Captain, could easily be misconstrued. You should familiarize yourself with some of the works in your library to learn the appropriate manner of conversing with a lady.
Did I mess up? Struggling to maintain an expression of polite indifference, sorry. Cassia covers her burning face and swiftly exits the room. Oh, she was blushing. Just imagine being like in an intimate moment with her and she opens her third eye and your face just melts off. Looks like a quest item. Secrets of gallant conduct. Oh wow, how to express your feelings to a noble lady. Okay, we're gonna read this. This game so far has been a lot more about lore and reading stuff, but it's been quite enjoyable. An admirer who seeks the favor of a refined lady is well advised to maintain pointed courtesy and finesse in his every deed. An honorable admirer will never defile a noble lady's ears with crude or indecent words, and neither will he allow himself conduct that could besmirch her honor and dignity. This is something that's lacking in our actual real world right now, where people just send, you know, pictures of their stuff unsolicited. Above all, the admirer should remember that a relationship begins with the right choice of words. Shower your lady with compliments that will accentuate her finest qualities without putting her in a position of discomfort. A word chosen elegantly and spoken with genuine warmth may bring about a change in the lady's eyes as she looks upon you. Once your interaction has grown more intimate, always be sure to remember the simple rules of etiquette. For example, should the lady drop her handkerchief, the deepest expression of sympathy for her would be to perform the following gesture. Pick up the handkerchief, wait a brief moment, then bring the handkerchief to your lips and touch it lightly before returning it to the lady. This noble gesture will assure the lady of the seriousness of your intentions. Remember that the flower bud of true feelings takes time to blossom. Patience, loyalty, and impeccability in adhering to the decorums of the nobility is key to earning the lady's favorable disposition. Well said! Well said. Quite awesome. I love it. I hope there's an interaction down the line where we can be like extra noble when speaking to Cassia. And she will be like, oh, my goodness, Lord Captain. I'm sorry. I am sorry. Abelard Werserian. He has like a bolter pistol. I want that. Your lordship. Reports received. Confirm stuff and stuff. And I think the only thing we have to do here is to either start speaking with some of our people or continue on the Cronus Expanse map. Let me just see. Oh my lord. So the high factotum generous Denrock. The corpulent man in lavish clothes bows before you, not without difficulty. A servo skull whirs over his shoulder while the fingers of his augmented hand drum against the sheaf of papers he is holding, and he regards with attentive interest through the lens of his magnifying implant. Greetings, your lordship. Generous Denrock at your service. I think I'm gonna read like one or two of these and then leave the rest for later. Remind me, what is it that you do on my ship? As the High Factotum, my duties encompass anything that might enrich you and your protectorate. I see to it that suppliers deliver all shipments on time, that our partners do not weasel out of their promises, and that all servants remember that the Emperor's grace can only be earned through toil for the good of the von Valentius dynasty. I also make arrangements to ensure that our hold receives less than thorough inspections by port custom officers, and I find buyers for whatever you wish to sell. And how did you come to serve the von Valanches dynasty? I come from Dargonus, your lordship. I have been a subject of your dynasty since birth, and have always strived to be of use to the great rogue trader. Alas, it was not my fate to be the primary heir of my own family, due to my being 15th in line for the title. So I decided not to stand in the way of those behind me, in case they attempted to shorten the waiting list at my expense. I see. Generous lets out an almost kindly chuckle. While my brothers and sisters schemed against one another, I studied the exact sciences and mastered bookkeeping, the greatest art of the Adeptus Administratum. I must admit that the accumulation of wealth, something one can control, is far more exciting than hunting, carousing, and the other traditional amusements of my noble peers. Okay, well, as long as you serve me well, I think it's fine. Oh, training. Oh, can I, like, buy mercenaries here? Okay, maybe I am gonna explore this right now. What was it like working with Theodora? Oh, now that's a tricky question, Our Lordship. Do you ask it for everyone, or of everyone, knowing they risk losing their head should they let slip a careless remark about your predecessor? I shall put it thus. Working with Lady Theodora was never boring and always profitable. The Imperium has billions of subjects, but very few do what they love and what they are best suited to. I would say Lady Theodora was one of the fortunate ones. She was a model rogue trader, and she surrounded herself with those who excelled at and loved their work. Hers was a rare talent indeed. Okay, I wish to know what you think of your fellow crew members. Keeping tabs on your subordinates, a wise move. Tell me who interests you and I'll endeavor to be as honest as possible. Generous's eyes light up, he is obviously eager to speak his mind. Give me 1 second. Okay, sure. Tell me what you think of Seneschal Abelard Werserian. Lady Theodora managed to do what even the Imperial Navy could not. Teach Master Werserian to carry out orders that he fundamentally disagrees with. Love it. I do not know what method she used, but the result is impressive. Having said that, there is something else you need to know, Lord Captain. Your Seneschal is capable of being something far greater than a mere conduit for your will. He possessed the cunning and experience to run the Protectorate passably whenever Lady Theodora was away, and that really is saying something. Keep an eye on that old officer, I say, or alternatively, turn him into a faithful ally. Well, that's what I want to do, honestly. I would like to hear your opinion on Conrad Voitvir, the former Master of Whispers. I hope I never see him set foot aboard this vessel again, not even as a servitor. Although, he would be able to do at least some good that way. Someone has to clean the latrines, after all, the factotum's bloated face grown stern. He gave us all quite a fright on that ill-fated day, Lord Captain, and still, to speak candidly, I never enjoyed Master Voigtvir's company, but I believed him to be a man who knew how to do his job. Regretfully, I was mistaken. It turned out Conrad lacked the most important quality for a Master of Whispers, unwavering loyalty to the rogue trader. And this failing came to light in the most deplorable manner. What about Vox Master Victus Tolliman? Ah yes, the Voidborn. Yay, I'm also a Voidborn. You know, in my family we used such creatures as quarry whenever we went hunting. Really? I have no option to respond to this, given my background as a Voidborn? That's a missed opportunity. Mutants are the bane of humanity, an unseen tumor that threatens to end us all. Let me just go back some here. Knowing they risk losing their head should they let slip a careless remark. I would say this is a very careless remark, but I digress. In the brief time Tolliman has spent in post as Vox Master, I have not noticed any significant flaws in her character or anything that would make me question her professional qualities. Needless to say, she is very diligent, as is any Voidborn seeking to earn her master's affection. I believe you can trust in her skills and loyalty. Okay, so I want to know more about the people who buy our plunder. Of course, Lord Captain. Who interests you exactly? We most often deal with the followers of Saint Drusus, the explorators, the Kasbalika mission, or, Emperor forgive us, the Fellowship of the Void. Okay, I'm gonna leave this for later. I am curious though about these two options, so let me just say I'll return later. Quick save in case I mess something up. My retinue and I are in need of training. I will show you our sparing chambers at once. Oh. Wait. Profit factor. So, like... Oh, this is actually quite nice. I can respec even on unfair. That's very good. Because, again, I don't know these archetypes at all. I'm going by ear, basically. Okay, that's a very cool feature. I was not aware of this. I believe in the early access this wasn't here. Or I just didn't notice it, honestly. What about this one? Yeah, you can create mercenaries. And for free? It seems to be for free. Okay, oh, quite cool. Let me just quick load. So yeah, my friends, we are going to end this episode here. I discovered something very interesting right now, but you know, just what you saw. We can create mercenaries apparently for free, and we can also reset the progress of any of our characters. We cannot fully respec them, and I actually agree with that choice. That's something that in Baldur's Gate 3, to make a, you know, kind of an off-topic remark, allowed us to do, because by doing this, by keeping their initial skill set, you are keeping their identity. You know, their personality still makes sense with their, you know, story, lore, and quest. So I like that a lot. And having the ability to respec or to reset our progress, if in case we make a mistake, is a very good thing to have. So yeah, this will be it for now. As always, I want to thank you all for being here with me in the channel, watching some Rogue Trader. In the next one, I plan on maybe speaking a little bit more with Generous Danrock to kind of exhaust his dialogue. And then I think I'm gonna go for the Coronis Expanse map, see if we can find some action in the world. So, as always, any questions or suggestions, leave a comment below. If you are enjoying the content, consider subscribing for more. There will be many more videos coming out soon, and it is also a free and easy way to support the channel. I hope to see you all in the next episode, and until then, stay safe everyone.